Well, alright, we're going to now complete the group 1 metals and talk about some of the common alkali compounds. You can pause the video anytime you like, just so that you can write down these common properties of these alkali compounds. So right up the top here we have hydroxides. They're white solids, very soluble in water like all alkaline elements, compounds. They're all very soluble when you put them in water. But it turns out that when you put the hydroxides in water, it forms a strong alkaline, hence the word alkali metals. Now alkaline, these hydroxides have a very high pH, 13 to 14. Why? Because of the concentration of the hydroxides. Right now we're going to talk about oxides. Oxides again are white solids, and like hydroxides they are soluble, very soluble, and when you put them in water it will form hydroxides. Boom, whoa. Next, chlorides. Alkali chlorides are colorless crystals, very soluble in water because of all the group 1 alkali metal properties, and because it's now a salt, it's a neutral solution. And like all crystals, ionic crystals, these chlorides have, and all ionic compounds, they have a high boiling point, melting point, because of the strong forces in those ionic bonds. And when you have millions and millions of ionic bonds to form the lattice structure, boom, high melting point. Nitrates. Alkali nitrates also are colorless solutions, very soluble in water, and is a neutral solution because it's a salt. How do you make nitrates, alkali nitrates? Well, you mix sodium hydroxide, a base, and a nitric acid, which is an acid, and you get an alkali nitrate plus water. Interesting fact, these nitrates, when you put it under heat, will decompose into sodium nitrite, okay, and oxygen nitrite. I'll put that in the video as an annotation. Sulfates. Sulfates are also colorless crystals, very soluble, and it's a neutral solution when you put the sulfates in water. How do you make these alkali sulfates? An example again, using sodium hydroxide, you mix it with sulfuric acid, boom, sodium sulfate and water. Finally, we're going to talk about the carbonates. The carbonates are white solids, also soluble in water, and when it comes in contact with water, it forms a weak alkaline. And how you make the carbonates is that you will take sodium hydroxide and mix it with carbon dioxide to make sodium carbonate and water. And when you mix the sodium carbonate with water, with hydrochloric acid, which is an acid, and you've got a base and an acid, you put them together, you make salt. Boom! Neutralization reaction. And also you get water and CO2 as a byproduct. So you get some bubbling going on. Well, not bubbling. Yeah, bubbling going on. Okay, now sodium carbonate can also, when you apply heat, will decompose into sodium oxide and carbon dioxide. There you go. Common alkali compounds. Peace.